Wow, the kitchen is really almost done. Now it's time for finishing touches.
What's up, y'all? It's the next day and we have the countertop here. So what I'm about to do now is go ahead and cut that sink out so we can drop that bad baby right in place. Let me know down in the comment section below, how do y'all like the countertop matching with these floors? But y'all let me know what y'all think. We also was thinking about going with a quartz countertop because when we was at the store, they actually had one on clearance. Probably somebody special order and return, so, but they had one and she said she'd give us two of them for like 400 bucks. But it just wasn't in the budget. But I would have loved to actually put quartz here because not only will it raise the value, but it lasts way longer. So we have them issues where water leaking around the sink and stuff like that. We don't gotta worry about the countertop swelling and then replacing it down the long run. So, but I mean, this was only like 200 bucks. No, actually it was actually like 100, 112 or something like that. For this one and the 6-foot one, no, the 4-foot one we bought for this small counter here. So it's like, I mean, we'll make that money back. And next go around, we'll definitely have the money to go ahead and buy the quartz because we want to just start putting stuff in our house that's gonna last longer. We learned our lessons from our tenant from the last house, how that water leaked and damaged that countertop and we had to buy a new one. So yeah, next go around, we're gonna have a little bit more money to play with. Heavy duty stuff that's just gonna last in the house. And worst case, only thing we'll be having to switch out is the cabinets themselves. So, but today we're gonna go ahead and start cutting out this sink right here. I already put the sink in place and then I traced it around. I just gotta pretty much mark where these little brackets will sit down inside here, so I know exactly where to cut. You see I got these holes here, so I went ahead and took my drill bit already and made these holes just so I can grab my jigsaw like so. Stick it in that hole right there, bam, and then just start cutting my way all the way around. When we get to this back part, I already know I'm gonna have to flip the countertop over. All right, so now I just need a straight edge so I can make my straight lines. A good old flooring piece would be perfect. Real quick, y'all, if y'all still watching this, please hit the like button one time. We would really appreciate it. You know, that helps us out a whole lot. We're gonna start, probably gonna start over here. Before I cut this all the way through, probably cut this back piece first and then cut this. All right, so I'm gonna grab my straight edge again. About this tool right here, right? This is called a square. So if I line this up, put this back in on the flat part, and I can glide it like this and it'd be a straight line. See if I can do it with one hand. Bam, So kind of like that there. Jigsaw, pop it right in that hole. Make sure I ain't cutting the cabinet underneath this boy. All right, so my last cut. All right. See, boo. Got our cutout. Let's see how the sink drop in. So I gotta cut some of that corner back. All right, so we just gotta cut a little bit just so this can drop in a little better. Man, every time I cut out a sink, little sink piece like this, reduce, reuse, recycle in me, peep this shirt, you make me wanna just figure out where else I can use this instead of just throwing it in the trash. It's like, that could be a little table or something like that. I don't know, I just hate throwing away stuff. That can be usable. All right, test number 2. Oh man, I gotta cut way more. This front needs shaved off a little bit too. Now this should be it. There we go. Bam. All we need to do is put some silicone around that bad baby. Pipes match up in the same spot. I had to turn it a little bit, but seems like we good. I'm gonna have to put little spacers underneath just to kind of lift this top up a little bit because it overhangs. Oh, we still gotta cut the length of this cabinet too. Y'all think I should leave that little overhang right there so they could slide something underneath there? That's where we used to keep our garbage can at. We slide a little can there or something like that. I wonder how many people will bop their hip. But if I leave it alone, you got more counter space. The only bad thing is the outlet over there, not over here. I could run one up from the basement. Put that boy, no, I can't go right there. Oh, put one on the side of the cabinet. I could run an outlet up here, like up from the basement over, and then put it on the underneath of that cabinet. So then if you want to sit microwaves or whatever right there, you can swoop, run that cord around and plug it to the side of the cabinet. What y'all think about that? I think that's pretty cool. I think I got some extra wire and stuff like that, so I'll be able to do it. Definitely got enough outlets. All right, now I gotta cut that length, and then we also got the cabinet over here in the corner. You can go ahead and measure that, cut that as well. Like them countertops. We got this small cabinet right here. This is really just a blank cabinet that was pretty much used as a spacer between the refrigerator and the stove. Before we had like a little small countertop on here, but I'm thinking about actually using a scrap piece I cut off and making this bigger, like so. And then now you got more space. You can put a coffee maker over here, air fryer, whatever, without having to put a full cabinet over here. And you got the plug right here. One of these plugs gonna be used for the stove, but you gonna have a whole free open plug. And then we got the refrigerator plug right here. So that's way more than enough space for the refrigerator to fit. We could have put another 24-inch cabinet or a 30-inch cabinet over in that corner, but we didn't want to spend the extra bread right now. So that's not like a necessity either. So we're not really worried about it. We also got this small one that we cut off as well. What y'all think? Should I do the big one so it can be enough foot space for an air fryer or a deep fryer? Come on now. Oh, we might keep this thick one. And if we do gift them a deep fryer or if they got one, it'll still be over here in this section with a range hood, or we can go the baby route. We got our air fryer here, so let me test it out and see if it'll be big enough. So this is our air fryer here. It's thin, it's perfectly can fit right there, but not everybody have a thin air fryer. We actually had somebody reach out to us. They wanted to give us an air fryer, but that boy was like wide. We still might be thinking about doing that. Gifting our tenants, I think that'd be pretty cool. If any company out there want to send us some appliances and stuff like that, y'all want to work with us, we do get emails like that in our email that do want to collaborate. But I'm starting to think now, like, if we do take on those collaborations, we can just gift them to our tenants, because it's pretty much like a thank you to them because they choosing to do business with us. It'd be perfect too to send y'all one or something like that. That's something to think about. This boy do fit perfectly. All right, fam, so next I'm gonna go ahead and install our new faucet we have here. This bad baby is Kraus. Let me know what y'all think of the Kraus brand. Of course, we want something with the best warranty. We was gonna go with the last brand we went through, but we wanna try something different. And then they had the similar warranty, so it's like, why not give it a try and see what this bad baby hitting for. So, crispy, I like it. Similar setup as the one on the 3 family. It comes with the supply lines, which was a big plus. Some additional I don't have to buy. And then this one here has the little spinnerooty spin plate on there. So that's how we gonna tighten this up under the sink. Pretty much gonna drop that boy under. This washer gonna go in between, and then we just gonna twist that underneath and make sure it's nice and tight. We get it to a certain point and then just tighten these screws up, just so in the future, if we ever have to replace this, all we have to do is untighten these screws right here and then spin that boy away. So on this sink right here, you get a metal washer, which is this one here, and then this rubber washer. Pull that baby down. So that's gonna go like this here underneath, and then nice little brass gold. Boop, that's gonna get twisted on and push that up against the washer. Against the sink. And then of course we have this weight as well that we're gonna install after the fact. And you know that weight is to keep this head right there from just falling. So, and then we got a designated spot for it right here. So when that weight pull, bam, it'll keep it right there. A little springy. All right, so simple install. We're just gonna put these through the hole here. Oh yeah, see that name on the front, cross. Now I'm gonna pop this sink out. Boom. Then we're gonna put our metal and rubber washer on here. Let me make sure I don't have to put some caulk on this boy. Shake a load off, shake a load off, shake a load off, shake a load off. I guess the silicone is optional, huh? Make sure you put the rubber on first. Can't forget the rubber. Then go ahead and put our brass nut on here. Screws up. Before I tighten it up too much, I want to make sure this boy is straight. I want it lined up, all the holes is covered up. That look good. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and put our weight on here. Slide that boy on like so. Then we're gonna wrap this around. And then we got our quick connects. So we just push these bad babies on, seal this up. But the newer sinks actually be having like a gasket on it. At least our last one over there did. Nice bead. Oh, I need to throw on the sink bolts. Two on each side will be fine. I need to drop this in. Down nice and tight. Alrighty, y'all. So got those cabinet doors on there. What y'all think? All the way down to the time out there. Ran into an issue with the trim. The trim we bought is too thin. It's 2 1/4, and the original trim that's down on the other side of that wall is 3 1/4. So we gotta take that trim back and see if we can find that same width. Another option I was thinking of just for the kitchen itself is the cove base. We have white cove base, but it's only 20 feet. And then that's about it. I gotta look for the cabinet. Look for the range hood. See if I can find that. I'm gonna do that tonight. And the sink. I gotta buy an extension for the sink, for supply lines, so we can have some running water there. The drain's a little wonky too, but on to the next day. Oh.